Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we're going to make a forest of trees that are sort of modern and maybe a little kind of different looking. We're going to be using this oatmeal colored canvas that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. We're going to be using some of this, which I have like 2 drops left in here. I definitely need to get some more. This is called Ballet Slipper. It's a Waverly paint from Walmart. We're going to be using this because this is what I had on hand. Cerame Coat Gold. I probably got that at Walmart. We're going to be using some ink from Magnolia that is absolutely fabulous, and it coordinates with these other 2 colors. Great. We're going to be using glittering gold ink, and then this is rose gold, glittering rose gold, and they look great together. We'll be using some dowels. I'm going to add a little bit of this ivory colored tulle, some little foam bloppers, a couple of stencils. And anyways, I think that you're going to like this. And what I want you to be thinking about as you're watching is, what colors could I do for a Christmas display like this that are not traditional? So this isn't red and green. This is pink and gold. And from looking at the internet, Facebook, Pinterest, pink and gold is definitely a strong trend for Christmas this year. Okay, so I'll quit talking. And let's start at the beginning. I have been fooling around with this project for 2 days. And this is going to be so cute when it has a bunch of friends to be with it. So first thing is that I just have some canvas from Hobby Lobby. And I just started cutting out some trees, no particular dimensions at all. And I do that just by folding my piece of canvas duck in half and then cutting a triangle to get all different shapes and sizes. Okay, that's one thing that we can do. And then I am going to use some of these little pouncer brushes that you can get at Walmart, and get a paper plate that I can work off of. I'm going to take some pink out here just to show you how you do this, and then we'll continue on one that's just a step further ahead. Okay, so I'm just randomly going to use this pouncer, and I'm going to dip it in my pink Waverly paint. Ballet Slippers, the actual name. And then I'm just going to put it on my piece of tree. And use a pouncer, and you just kind of lay it down and twist it. Let's do one more. Then we'll move on to the next step. And for my polka dot trees, I layered gold and this pink. So tell me in the comments, what colors are you using as your Christmas theme? I'm still probably going to do completely neutral in my house, which is cream. Cream with little touches of metallics and tan and natural wood elements in the family room. But I think I'm going to do a small tree out on our back porch. And I'm either going to do that black and white themed or red and cream. So you can see how super easy that is. And I do want to point out that I did not use a ton of paint, so the little polka dots are not completely solid, if that makes sense. Okay, so let me set this aside. And I have a whole pile that I've been working on. Let me find the next one. Okay, here's one. Here's a set front and back cut out. And I did the pink dots on that yesterday. And right now, we're going to add some gold. And I'm going to layer them over the top. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Let's use this size. No, okay, that'll work just fine. What do I want? Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing and load my little pouncer brush up. Let's take these pins out. And I'm just going to put my little dots on here. This will probably take, I don't know, 2 hours to dry before I'll be able to move on to do the next step. But I've got one that's ready to go. Well, hi Kathy. Hey Diane. Hey Tina. Hey Dolores. Okay, let me do the top one here. Okay, so I'm wanting this to have sort of a modern vibe to it. So I'm not going super crazy with that. Let's lay that aside. Okay, so I am ready. This one I will be stuffing in just a minute, okay? But before we go on to that, there's another style of tree that I'm making to go with it, and they are trees that are just random sizes with pink and gold ink on a stencil. And this was the first one. I did this in pink and gold. This is called Trees Pattern, or Doodle Trees, or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to just take a piece of canvas right here. Throw this on the floor. And I know lots of you guys have this because I've used it 10 million times, seriously. This is called Victorian Pattern, and I'm going to just do this whole entire thing. I'm going to do half of it gold and half of it the rose gold, the pink bush color. Maybe we should do a big swirly do. I think maybe that's what we should do. Okay, so I'm using these inks. And I'll show you what these are going to look like. Let's start with the rose gold. Let's just put some blobs on here. And then let's do some blobs of the gold. So, a couple things I like about this project. Well, number one, it hardly costs anything because canvas deck is not expensive. And number two, you can create absolutely whatever appeals to you just by choosing different colors, different all over pattern designs, different size polka dots. I love this idea. And I was thinking what other color combinations would I do? And gosh, I need some more gold. There's so many. What about like a blue and green? But like a pastel-y color blue and green. I think that would be pretty interesting. So I'm just going to do part of this. I really just wanted to show you how easy it is to create your own fabric to make your trees with. Oh, this is very pretty. This is a combination of gold and the rose gold. Okay, I'm going to throw my stencil in my tub of water. Over there until I can get out to the kitchen. To clean it up. Let's see, I need some place to set this down. Okay. So I showed you how to do the polka dots. Oh, and I wanted to do one more little thing, and that is, this was a piece that I cut out, and I just painted the whole entire thing in the pink paint, in the ballet slipper. And I'm going to do some polka dots in gold on top of that, just to see how that would look. So let's use this paint. And then I'll show you next how we stuff them and how I'm making the bases. Just finish this up. This is a complete random pattern. I think that would be super cute. I'm loving this pink and gold combination. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments what you're thinking so far. Okay. So that is the polka dot thing. And when I'm all finished, I will finish up the other trees so that you can see where we're going. Okay, so I have these two ready to go, and I want to cut one more out of the gold piece of this fabric. This is the pink, and I made this fabric probably, I don't know, maybe an hour ago, 2 hours ago, and it did dry pretty quickly. Okay, and I'll hang on to these little pieces. And then I would just cut a back for it. There's tons of things that you can use for your base. And one other idea is when you have all of your trees finished, however many you might want to make, you could glue those bases down on a tray and scatter some glitter or faux snow around the base of them, and that would be really pretty. Okay, so now I have a front and a back for this one too. Okay, so to make my bases, I just took a variety of different size dowels, and then I also grabbed some little doodads. Like, these are those wooden wagon wheel things that you can get in the wood section at Hobby Lobby. You can get them other places. This was a cute little pot, like a terracotta pot, wood piece, that came in a set from Dollar Tree. I have some funny pieces like this. I don't know what that is supposed to be. I layered some using the wood balls and these little wagon wheels. And so these all work. And here's one that's ready to go. It's been painted. Here's that bigger one. This one's ready to go. This one I'm going to show you the next step. And then we'll do something with this one. Okay, so I painted all of the stems gold a good ways up because I wasn't sure how tall or short my trees would be. For this, I'm going to put some glue around the base of this ball, and then I'm going to glue the little pot on the bottom, and then we'll paint it. I'm going to use some of this gold paint. I see lots of people on, but I'm not seeing any this or this. Those are hearts with thumbs. Or comments or questions. Oh, and by the way, at the very end, I'll grab all the links and the list. You know, and I'll include what the names are of the paint that I use, but just know that you can use whatever pink paint you might have on hand, whatever gold, you can use, you know, whatever little doodads, dowels. If you have any of Magnolia's awesome all-over pattern stencils, you could use really any of those. So I'm just going to use this pouncer brush that was already had gold on it. That might need a second coat, but that's how easy it is to create the bases. Okay, where can I put this? Okay, oh, and this one, I was going to show you this one. This one I could do just by using one of these little dowels with these little wagon wheels, and a bigger one, and then a really big one. And let's try that out. There we go. That's pretty easy. Just get creative with that stuff, and you can do it however you want. So let me come back and quick paint this. Then we'll start stuffing and putting the trees on the stands. So this seems like a lot of steps, but there's no hard steps here at all. And you could sit down and make a whole bunch of trees at once, sit down and make a whole bunch of bases at once. Okay, so I would come back and give this one a second coat. All right, so these are the ones that I have ready to go. And then over here, I still have this one and this one to stuff. And I could make some more with my combination of the pink and gold. But these are all dry and ready to go. This one, I have glued just the sides closed. Let's do that with these other two real quick here. If you don't have dowels, you could use twigs. You could make short stems. They don't even have to have stems if you just wanted to make these as bowl fillers. So there's a lot of different ways that you could do this. Okay, that one is ready, and let's glue this one. Beverly, I'll connect with you after I'm done with this video and we can talk about that. Thanks. Yeah, so let me know if you have questions. And be looking at the end for the links, the list, my complete supply list, which I'll include everything. And then later today, I will get this project all finished up and I will post pictures of my little pink and gold canvas Christmas tree village. I left fringe on the bottom. I like the look of that. Now I did want to point out that I was fooling around and I took some tulle. Can you see that? And I just tied it in knots and put it on the bottom of my tree. You don't even have to do the knots. You could just do a little twist. Let's do that on this pink one before I stuff it. I was kind of wishing that I had some of that gold tinsel that looks very vintage. I love combining something to me that looks modern with something that looks more vintage. So I would put that on the bottom of this if I had it. Or if I was motivated to go out and find some. See how I just twirled that and glued it on the bottom? Let's do this part too. can skip this step if you want. I just wanted to add something kind of extra. Okay, I'm going to twirl this around to the back. Let's cut off this piece. This is, okay, this one I'm going to use the heaviest dowel because to me it's the biggest looking. So let's use this one for this. And I'm leaving the stems kind of long because I like that look. It looks very whimsical. I am going to glue my little pole to the back of my canvas in the center. Just right here before I start stuffing it. And I'm using my favorite, which I'll include this in my supply list too. I'm using this Crafters Polyfill from Walmart's, where I get mine. That is 20 ounces and it says it's ideal for doll making. And I'm not stuffing these super full, but that of course is personal preference. You can do that however you like. Last year at Christmas time, I made the cutest pink chenille bedspread Christmas trees. And you know how those bedspreads usually have like the fringe at the bottom that goes around the edge? I used some of that at the bottom of my trees and oh my gosh, it turned out absolutely adorable. So look how cute this is going to be. Okay, and I'm going to just pinch this closed here. Isn't that cute? I think these colors go great. The two gold paint paints and then the gold and rose gold, or the gold and pink paint and then the gold and rose gold ink. I think those go great together. Okay, let's do this one. And I'm going to use this bigger dowel for this one. And I think we'll just keep it pretty plain. So let me just attaching it to the back piece of canvas. You, of course, could do both sides of your canvas if you want. I didn't, but you certainly could. Okay, Kathy, I'll see you later. Come on back later. Oh my gosh, is that so cute or what? Okay, just pinch this back here closed along the bottom. Okay, let's do the gold one. And what what should we do? I think this would look too busy. This could be pretty if I just did sort of a, like it was a swag that went like this. So let's do that, and then we'll glue it together. This is a pretty subtle decoration also. It's not like super loud. Because it's almost the same color as the fabric. So I'm just twirling this and pushing it into my glue. On the back and snip it off right there. So, let me know what you think. Are you liking this? Okay, let's just glue this over to the back and let's trim it off right there. If you want traditional colors, of course, you could do this whole thing in traditional colors. Okay, for this one, let's do this little combo. But I do think I am going to clip this a little bit shorter. So, let me find my clippers. I just pinched it, and now I'm just going to snap it off. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, so I need to glue it to the back. It looks Victorian / modern to me at the same time. And then I'm just going to pinch this closed. get some good pictures. What do you guys think about this combination? Okay, one last thing. If you want, you could use a package of these. This, they have this every year at Dollar Tree at Christmas time. They're just little wood cutouts that have a little adhesive dot on the back. You see that? And unless I glue it on, it's not really going to be permanent. But it's pretty darn cute. What do you guys think about that idea? Let's see, it needs to go up higher. So that is what I wanted to show you today, and oh boy, I have a mess here, a huge mess, but I will get good pictures that are neat and that show what you could do, how you could mix this idea up. Thank you so much for joining me. If you feel like sprinkling, that would be awesome. If you have questions or want my complete supply list, let me know that. And I hope that you guys have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. I'll be playing here, getting things finished and tidied up for probably the next several hours, and then I'll post pictures later today. All right, take care, everyone.